I hate gatekeepers. I find them idiotic, annoying, and pompous. And when those same gatekeepers can't get behind artists who are trying to fight AI, I really don't know what to say. So yeah, this video here is in support of a group of musical artists. They've come together to fight AI. They've come together in support for each other and in support for real music. And I've put a link to their website in the description. They're called the Nordic Folk Collective. So yeah, go and check them out. They are a group of artists that make music that most of us just call Viking music, you know. Oh, the horses are here. I'll just stand here and they will come. I love the horses. Those are not mine, but they are my friends now. Hi, hi. I can't reach them here. I have to go over to the other side. Jeg går rundt og kommer rundt på andre siden. Okay? I just told them I'll be walking around the field and I'll meet them on the other side. So let's do that. AI is a problem in all the arts now, as far as I know. And me, as a novelist, I see how it's destroying the publishing business. I won't get into that here in this video. I'll just say that, you know, a lot of writers who should know better, who should have more integrity, are now using AI to write their books or parts of their books. And their books are not being branded as AI, of course. I will never do that, and I will be fighting AI until my last breath. When it comes to the music scene, let's just bend down under these branches. It's obviously a problem. It's been a problem for a long time. And when it comes to, especially, I would say, all these niche music, these niches within music in the Norse, if there's a big bag called the Norse music, Viking music, they you know, you have dark folk and you have all sorts of niches or genres in there. Excuse my pronunciation. And I have the opinion that when it comes to the arts, you should be allowed to do what you want. And if you want to call your music whatever, you should be allowed to do that. And I might personally find it annoying when, you know, you have for instance, the TV series Vikings. It's fantasy. They don't look like Vikings. The hairstyle is just nonsense, and they didn't dress like that, and they've just made up stuff, and the historical figures are not. Some of them are historical figures, but they just changed when they lived, and all, you know, they made all sorts of changes. But I'm not against that, actually, because I'm not. I might personally, as a historical novelist, not enjoy something like that as much as other people. But if you like it, wonderful. That's wonderful. And if they want to call the TV series Vikings, go ahead. I'm totally okay with that. You know why? Because nobody made me police of anything. I don't want to be the police of anything. Do what you want. So when it comes to music, and I'm by the way, I'm not a musician. I saw how the Nordic folk collective, they went on social media, they told the world about their initiative, and I was like instantly thumbs up. We need more of this. This is wonderful. And then almost immediately you had people attacking them. And I was so disappointed. Some of the people supporting those attacks are probably bands that you might have been listening to. I will not be mentioning names here, and there are two reasons for that. First of all, I don't have the complete information, and I'm not really that interested in digging in social media to find that information. And also, more importantly, when people act in what I feel is a dishonorable way, I tend to not mention their names ever again. Because as someone with a deep connection with my Norse ancestry, I know that the worst thing I can do to someone, is making it so that they are forgotten. Now, this might be difficult to understand for modern people, but if I don't like someone, if it's like someone behaves in a dishonorable fashion, I just want those people to be forgotten. Okay? And I was so disappointed. What they were saying was, and their criticism was, that it's hypocritical to attack artists using AI when you're not... I know this will get a little bit difficult to get your head around, but they are claiming that it's hypocritical to attack artists, quote-unquote artists, using AI if you're not really a Nordic folk artist yourself. Yeah, I know. It's silly, I know. And their thinking, or their reasoning, seems to be that someone needs to approve your music before you are allowed to call it, for instance, Nordic folk. Now, I don't know where this comes from, apart from them just being envious. I believe personally that there's the main motivation for them to attack these artists behind the Nordic folk collective is money. But I'm just wondering, is there a little bit of elitism there? Is there a little bit of even racism there? Now, I'm Norwegian, and my ancestry go back hundreds of years here in Norway. And so I would qualify, I guess. But then, you know, it's like if you're a new artist and you see something like that, it will not motivate you to make that kind of music, because then you're thinking, oh, so you have these guys here being the police, appointing themselves to be the judge, police, judge and jury, you know, and they will be attacking me on social media if my music isn't to their taste. So disappointed with those people. And I will just say to those people, because they will probably listen to what I'm saying here, it's okay to admit that you were wrong. It's okay to admit that, you know, it's okay to reach out your hand and say sorry. Now, I know one of the artists behind Nordic Folk Collective myself, Gealdir. That's his artist name. And He's an amazing musical artist who speaks to your soul. And I can think of all the music within the Nordic folk, and I'm using that term, yes, within, because he's doing, I would call his music Nordic folk, deeply connected to our Norse ancestry. Now he's from the Netherlands, and for those who did not know, the Netherlands was absolutely a part of the Viking world, and the world before the Viking Age and so on. The Frisians, I mean, the history is so fascinating. So, and I was actually invited to speak at the museum in the Netherlands a few years ago, and about the Viking Age and the Norse, the Scandinavian connection to the Frisians and all of that. It's extremely fascinating, so that's something that if you're interested in history, go there, because it's so fascinating. Yeah, I said fascinating a lot here. But to claim that if you're a Dutch person, you're not really qualified to make music in a Nordic folk genre, it's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. And I'm not even interested in listening to their arguments, because I don't think they have any good arguments. And I just hope that they will come to their senses. I find them pompous. I find them ridiculous. I find them... I'll just stand here because it's more sheltered from the wind. And by the way, this reminds me, I was climbing a mountain in Romania a couple of years ago, and the guide, because I was there as a novelist, and they sent a guide with me, and the guide took me up a mountain, and he said, "Don't stand in the shadows because ticks will just attack you." Yeah. And those people who attacked Nordic Folk Collective, they remind me of ticks, because okay, I'll just leave that right there, okay? Let's see if the horses will come over to my side here now. So yeah, I hate gatekeepers, and I think that what seems to, this gatekeeping attitude is a marker for lack of knowledge. That's what I have found. Now I've been doing research, not as a scientist, but I've been researching the Viking Age for a few decades now. And a couple of things I will mention is that the more I read, the more I feel that there is so much I don't know. Would I call myself an expert? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you put a, if you push I have a button here, I think, and if you push that button, I could talk about the Viking Age for hours. Like, yeah. But I'm not an expert. Now, what do you say? If you put a coin on this machine here, I'll be talking about the Viking Age for hours. You'll have to stop me. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. But I'm not an expert. And I think I will never be an expert. And I think it's like this, when people have a pompous attitude, and when they see themselves as the police, judge and jury, when it comes to these things, they probably know very little. Or they know just enough to feel that they know a lot, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Am I going to respond to the people who attacked me? on social media for just writing a supportive comment to Nordic Folk Collective? No, I'm not interested in that. Internet drama is not interesting at all. I just find it stupid. And I'm in my 50s now, and I imagine some of these people are very young. At least they behave like children. Misbehaving children, that's how they are. So I'm not going to waste time arguing with them online. I never do. It's just stupid. But what you can do is go to the website that I have linked below. You can support them in different ways. They're not asking for money. It's just, you know, you can put your name there, be on an email list and so on, or you can just read about their initiative. And I think it's a fantastic initiative. So wonderful. Thank you for Nordic Folk Collective. Thank you for doing that. We all need to fight AI. Yeah. Okay. That's what I wanted to say here today. It's a windy day. I was going to do some work on my boat, but it's just too windy today. So that will have to wait. Okay. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. The next video, that is. Okay. Bye-bye.